and 22% in America, AGFF in America, AGG in Canada, African Gold Group. This is the new secret gold stock that I'm watching, and it made a huge move yesterday, so I thought I'd bring it to your attention. Let's learn a little bit about African Gold Group.
Very good for us to be here. This is our first time at this conference. I must say that it's been a fantastic conference for us. I like the concept of the one-on-one meetings, and I think that it's been very fruitful. African Gold Group is a pure African play. We have two projects. The one I'm going to talk about predominantly today is the Kobada project in Mali. We're smack bang in the middle of the Birimian Greenstone Belt, which is key if you're a West African gold producer. What I like about the project is that we currently have a JORC resource of 2.2 million ounces, but we have significant upside potential because on that 2.2 million ounces, we've only drilled 4 kilometers of 30 kilometers of identified shear zones on the property. The shear zones that we have identified through regional exploration are mirror images of the 4 kilometers that we've drilled to 2.2 million ounces. So there's a very good possibility that over the next couple of years, we will be able to upgrade that resource. However, my job and my background has been in building mines, so I'm not here to continue to drill and upgrade a resource for the next 5 years. We are very near-term production. We believe that we can start production in around May next year and produce first gold by 2021. So we're definitely not an exploration play. We're a construction and operations play, and we're very keen to get this project into construction.
You hear that? So they could be into production by 2021. I found this on Proactive Investors. African Gold Group 2020 will be a busy year for this gold development play. There it is, talking about moving it into production by 2021. Let's take a look at the PowerPoint here. So this is the PowerPoint presentation that they put on. Let's get into the specifics. Now, obviously, the stock's done well. It was at 10 cents last month, currently at 24. Had a nice move yesterday, 1.5 million shares, up 26% at 24 cents. And up 22% yesterday in America, from 6 cents to 17 cents in a period of a month. So huge moves here. More than 150% in both Canada and the United States just in the last month alone. So love to be able to identify undervalued, underappreciated, underexposed opportunities before anybody else on the planet for the community. And I believe African gold could be another gold mine. Now, guys, we're in a really crazy time right now. You can see the market is selling off. Pre-market, Dow Jones is down. S&P 500 is down. NASDAQ's down. Gold's down. Silver's down. And oil is just getting slaughtered, okay? So really tough time in the markets right now. Oil specifically taking it on the chin. May contracts going to below zero. And even the June contracts falling 25% as well today. Here it is. Expiring May crude oil contract remains below zero, while June futures tumbled 25%. So oil's taking it big on the chin, and this is not good for the Canadian economy and the American economy because we are very, very heavily reliant on oil. So it's going to be a really scary time in the markets right now. And this is why I've been telling everyone to try to stay in cash because we just have no guarantee of anything at this point. This is the African Gold Group website, africangoldgroup.com. Learn a little bit more here. You can sign up for their newsletter, learn about their projects, news, corporate info, everything you need to know right here on their website. Just been doing my due diligence, doing my research. Now looking at the PowerPoint presentation, let's look at the investment highlights. clear strategy for growth and adding shareholder value. I always talk about building shareholder value and creating shareholder equity. And these guys are saying they have a clear strategy for growth and adding shareholder value, which is good because a lot of companies don't really concern themselves with building shareholder value and creating shareholder equity. These guys clearly are doing that. How you doing, Mayhem John? What's up, Peter? How you doing, brother? Peter says, morning, Rich. Yeah, I checked them out. They apparently retract high quality gold from the drill. Yeah, I mean, this is what we're looking at today, and I believe this could be an undervalued, underappreciated, underexposed gold play, and especially because they are going to be in production next year. Why not get in early, right? Why not get in early to a company that could be in production next year? Expansion holdings in West Africa's Birmanian Greenstone Belt with more than 460 kilometers across Mali and Burkina Faso. Significant exploration upside with less than 15% of identified shear zones in Kobada property drilled and significant exploration potential in Madugo. Diversified high-quality portfolio with projects at different stages of development. Experienced management team with a proven track record in West Africa. Investment opportunity in an advanced world-class gold project targeting 100,000 ounces of gold per year. Wow, that's a big number. 100,000 ounces of gold per year. This is the capital structure here. African Gold, AGG in Canada, 3A61 in Frankfurt, Germany, and AGGFF on the OTCQX exchange. Now you can see here how it compares to total resources with West African peers. And you could see that there is enormous upside here. Now when looking at the shares, tight float, 90.3 million shares, basic shares issued outstanding, 6.5 million options, 33.2 million warrants, 13.4 million market cap, super small market cap, and 130 million shares fully diluted. You could see that the stock did hit a high in 2019 of around 50 cents, has been tumbling down, was just recently as low as 10 cents, and made a nice move here. Take a look at this move. It was at 10 cents like last month, and it made a huge move to the bullish side. Like I said, up around 150% in the last month. So it's made a really big move here. Now the question is, will it continue? Huge green candle here yesterday, which is a lot of buying pressure. So the question is, what will they do today after going up 26% yesterday? Will this momentum continue? Do you guys think this momentum continues? Or do you think they just go back to, this 10 cent range, which would have clearly been an amazing buying opportunity? Let's just see if we can learn a little bit more here.
We also have an opportunity in terms of the area that we operate within Mali to look at some consolidation. There are a number of junior miners in the area. Some are in very early stage exploration and some are in more advanced stage exploration closer to construction. And there's definitely an opportunity to consolidate some of those. And finally, I think what's important here in the executive summary is that we have mineralization throughout the ore body. So even from the laterite cap in the top, we start to see low-grade gold going through into a typical Birimian saprolite with reasonable grades all the way through in oxides down to close to 150 meters. We have a feasibility study and an NI 43-101 that was developed in February 2016. This was before my time. I've only been with the project for about 3.5 months. The feasibility study showed some very, very good economic numbers. As the previous speaker said, when you start to see IRRs and NPVs like that in a smallish gold project, it becomes very exciting, and especially when there's some significant upside. Part of my job has been to come in to this project 3 months ago and to verify these numbers in the historical feasibility study. We're upgrading that to a bankable or definitive feasibility study, which will be complete by April 2020. And at this time, everything that we're seeing is leading us towards verification of these numbers and hopefully better. You can see here that we have a resource of 2.2 million ounces, of which 1.1 million is in the measured and indicated. As part of the 15,000 meter drill program that we're busy with, there's a lot of infill drilling in that, and part of that is to verify and upgrade this resource to what I would call a bulletproof resource as part of this definitive feasibility study. So
I'm not going to get into all of it this second. We're just going to look at the pre-market here again. Market's going to open up here in 20 minutes. As you can see, the Dow Jones is selling off. S&P 500 is selling off. NASDAQ is selling off. Gold is selling off. Silver is selling off. And oil, it says it's up because it was down so far yesterday. So we're looking like we're having a bad day again here today. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that oil is just in historically low levels, creating a lot of panic in the market and really putting people in a position where they're not very much at ease, which makes sense. Now, this is their website, African Gold Group. So you guys can go to africangoldgroup.com and do your due diligence, do your research, learn more about the company here. Looks like they have a press release. Let's see here. African Gold Group intersects 22.2 meters, 5.25 G/T AU from 78.40 M and 23.8 M at 1.57 grams per ton AU from 110.50 meters and closes the gap area with high-grade intersections. I guess this is the news that just came out today, April 21st. That's today. African Gold Group, AGG. Okay, guys, keep this on full alert. This might make some moves here because of the news. Is pleased to report the final drill results from his extensive diamond drill program at its Kobada Gold Project located in southern Mali. The company is currently working on all-encompassing definitive feasibility studies for the Kobada Gold Project. The company expects to complete the study in the second quarter of 2020, incorporating the results from Phase 1 and Phase 2 drilling campaigns. You can look at the highlights right there of the drill results. The company commenced drilling at its Kobada concession in September 2019, and to date has completed 11,428 meters of diamond core drilling. The main aim of the drilling campaign was to confirm the historic resource model from the 2016 Kobada Gold Project feasibility study, increase the conversion of resource to reserves, and grow the resource base along identified shear zones. The drilling program has continued to successfully intersect high-grade mineralization within the main shear zone and its southern and northern extensions. Continued mineralization in previously untested areas remains open along strike in both directions and down dip beyond the saprolitic zone. Furthermore, AGG intends to step away from the main shear zone to test the neighboring and parallel striking Gosso shear zone, which has recently been exposed by shallow artisanal mining. Grab samples from the Gosso shear zone have been sent to assay labs for testing, with results expected immediately. We are extremely happy to have closed the gap area without previous drilling and have done so with high-grade intersections, says Dr. Andreas Rumpel, Vice President Exploration of the company. Thereby adding valuable resources, we are in a great position to work on a new resource estimate and subsequently on the reserve conversions. What is most exciting is that we have only drilled approximately 4 kilometers of 30 kilometer of shear zones identified on our concessions, which would indicate a significant upside with further exploration. The diamond drilling campaign across the Kobada main shear zone was an important part of our strategy to update the historical resource from 2016 and to increase the life of mine for the future operations. The drilling program infilled and extended the mineralized zones south and north of the Kobada main shear zone. In particular, recent high-grade gold results from Phase 2 drilling campaign highlighted the potential of the northern extension of the deposit, and it remains open at depth. Some of the significant intersects from Phase 1 and Phase 2 drilling campaigns included the following. And you can see all the returns there. These results will be incorporated into an updated resource estimate, open pit mining, expected to be released within the next few weeks. The updated mineral resource and reserve estimates and subsequent open pit optimizations will provide the basis for the life of mining planning process. An advancement of definitive feasibility study planned to be released in Q2 2020. So this is the news that's coming out, and this is the big news that could be the reason why the stock jumped yesterday, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it jump again today. So I think everybody needs to put African Gold Group on their watch list. They need to put it on their radar, and there's a very good likelihood that we're going to see some more movement in the price of the stock today, okay, due to this news that just came out. As you can see, they were up 26% yesterday and 22% in America. So 26% in Canada, 22% in America, and I don't know if that was just in anticipation of this news, but this news has just come out and stock's doing quite well as of yesterday. So it'll be interesting to see how they perform today. And the market will be open in 20 or so minutes. So stay tuned and we'll continue to watch this stock and see how it produces as the market opens. This is the management team and board of directors. You can see that Danny Callow, the Chief Operating Officer, is a professional mining engineer with over 25 years experience in building and operating mines in Africa, overseeing more than $2.5 billion in greenfield and brownfield mining projects, from conception through to full production and steady state operations. So you can learn here about the Kobada Gold Project in Mali, a near-term gold producer in southern Mali. So guys, gold has been hot. You know, I've been talking about gold stocks, and these guys are a near-term producer. A near-term producer. Large and growing mineral resource, NI 43101, measured and indicated, and you can see the statistics there. Fully licensed and permitted mining license is valid until 31st of July 2045. Wow. Birimian Greenstone Belt, located on the prolific Birimian Greenstone Belt in southern Mali, Africa's third largest gold producer. Africa's literally a gold mine. It's literally a gold mine. So many resources in Africa. It's so much potential there. Near-term gold producer, targeted start of production in Q4 2021. So we're like 6-7 quarters away from production. So if you want to get into a near-term producer that's still priced right, 17 cents in America, 24 cents in Canada, a near-term producer might be one to watch. Definitely might be one to watch. That's the news release. Targeting 100,000 plus ounces of gold per year in Phase 2 approach. Phase 1 production of 50,000 ounces per year. Reviewing option of initial 100K ounce startup. Significant upside potential. 122 kilometers of prospective exploration concessions. Additional 30 kilometers of shear zone structures have been identified and have yet to be explored. $788 an ounce, all-in sustaining cost. It's pretty good. They're making like $1,000 an ounce. 100,000 ounce annual production. 100,000 ounce annual production at $1,000 an ounce. That's big. That's like $100 million. Wow. That's big. Kobada Gold Project overview, feasibility study completed. IRR post-tax 55%, NPV post-tax 126 million. AISC $788 an ounce. 8 years and payback in 2.6 years. Production expected to increase, targeting annual gold production of 50,000 an ounce. Near mine exploration targets expected to extend mine life. Strong economics, high early cash flows from starter pits, high grade, lower strip ratio. Total LOM cash flow US 122 million. 90% attributable to AGG. Low capex, pre-production capital costs of 45.4 million, 2.6 year project payback. So on an 8-year project, it would take them 2.6 years to pay the project back, and then the rest of the time they would be in the profit, in revenue. Sustaining capital expenditures of 36.7 million over 8-year mine life. Low operating costs, average LOM cash operating costs of $557 an ounce, exclusive of royalties. All in LOM sustaining cash operating cost of $788 per ounce. So you can see here the target areas. Peter says 16 million of gold discovered at the Kobada project. 22 million even better. Yeah, it's a good project, guys. I'm telling you, Africa is literally a gold mine. And not just gold, diamonds, all kinds of natural resources in Africa right now, and so much potential. Kevin Andrade says, gold ETF will take a huge hit. The options for gold and silver is actual metals in your hand, not paper. Be careful. I am bullish on Newmont mining. Thank you for sharing your picks. Jeff says, Rich, my man up early. Halo interview today. Keep up the good work. Yes, I will interview Halo today, right at market close. So stay tuned. We're going to be talking about the deal with G-Eazy, amongst other things, with Halo Labs. Eric says, thoughts on a good time to buy airlines? No, I wouldn't be touching the airlines because they're about to report some terrible quarters, and I would personally stay away. Wait for them to hit the bottom. That's my opinion. Yes, the market looks red today, Franco. Peter says, AGG market cap 17 million, 90 million shares. Yeah, very tight float. Good morning, Crypto Man. So let's take a look at this Kobada Gold Project. Significant resource growth potential. The drilled mineral resource stretches over 4 kilometers within a larger 12-kilometer strike length that is yet to be properly tested. Total of 30 kilometers of shear zone structures have been identified on the property and have yet to be explored. Additional 126 kilometers of highly prospective exploration concessions. Historic exploration, 127,455 meters drilled over the last 30 years, 29,912 meters diamond core. There it is. Talk about diamonds. Ongoing exploration program of additional 12,000 meter diamond drilling to validate and upgrade resource model. Shallow mineralization, deep oxidization. Gold oxide mineralization occurs from the surface and down to 160 meters, with sulfides mineralization identified and drill tested at depth. Ore is largely free digging, enabling mining to be conducted with significantly less blasting and crushing than any other conventional ore bodies. Processing, interim processing, metallurgical results indicate 95% gold recovery. Simple processing methodology results in a low all-in sustaining cost, AISC. So this is the prolific gold producing Birimian Greenstone Belt. The Kobada Gold Project lies in Africa's third largest gold producer. So there's some huge opportunity here, guys. I just have this feeling in my gut that this could be so big. I don't think anybody really understands how big this could be, including myself. Hey, Robert, good morning, my friend. How you doing? Steven says, American Air's Wi-Fi reports recorded sales news. Hey, man, that's great news. We're getting ready to open up the market here in a few minutes, guys. So as the market opens up, we'll be able to pull up whatever is happening live and interactive. So get ready. The market is getting ready to open and kind of ready for an ugly day. Gold's red, silver is red, oil's been getting crushed, and the markets are red. So we're going to see how the market does today, but I'm not anticipating too much. You can see the news here on African gold. And I think that there's a very good chance that we're going to see the stock make a move here on the upside today. There's a very, very good chance on this news. Once again, African Gold Group intersects 22.2 meters at 5.25 grams a ton from 78.4 meters and 23.8 meters, 1.57 grams a ton from 110.50 meters, and closes the gap area with high-grade intersections. Huge news and another major catalyst for this company here, African Gold Group. Let's see if we can learn a little bit more here.
As I said, I came in 3.5 months ago. We decided upon a $10 million phase 1 and phase 2 approach prior to delivering a bankable feasibility study. Phase 1 has been to undertake some resource drilling. That is around about 15,000 meters, depending on budget. But at the moment, it looks like we will drill that. 12,000 of that is infill drilling to upgrade the resource and to get a better conversion rate into reserves. And the other 3,000 is available to us to poke some holes into some of those other shear zones. As I said, my philosophy is we get this project into construction as soon as possible. However, we never stop drilling. We have 26 kilometers of shear zones that we still haven't touched. And as far as I'm concerned, as we continue to construct, we continue to drill and upgrade the resource. We believe that we have a resource that can increase to 100,000 ounce producer over the next 2 to 3 years. And part of that exploration drilling program will be to try and verify that. On top of that, as I said, we will deliver a definitive feasibility study. We're using a company based out of South Africa called Senet. Senet have delivered 14 projects in West African gold, Mali being one of those countries. They're very experienced in this space, very experienced at low cost, low capital, low operating cost process plants. And I've used Senet in my previous mine building life for about the last 12 and a half years. So we have a very long-standing, good relationship. Along with the definitive feasibility study, it's critical that we upgrade the ESIA to be World Bank and IFC compliant.
Okay, I'm just going to look at some more stuff here. So I saw this article here, an investing whisperer, African Gold Group, AGG in Canada, AGGFF on the OTCQB in America, trading for pennies. It will generate millions in cash flow, guys. Look at this article. Look at this article. You're off to make some hand sanitizer? Have a nice day, Steven. Thank you for your support, brother. Cannabis might be up. I mean, it'd be nice to see something up. I see a lot of red today, so get ready. Let's see what this article says here. African Gold Group is the soon-to-be junior gold producer that will be churning out millions in cash flows as their Kobada gold mine ramps up to 50,000 ounce per year, then 100,000 ounce per year. Look at this. I can't believe the stock is still trading for pennies. 40 of them buys a share. Management's timing here was impeccable. They bought the Kobada asset in 2016 when nobody cared about development projects. In 2015, Kobada was a large, simple gold deposit at surface and ready for production, but nobody wanted it, even though it was surrounded by multi-million-dollar ounce producing mines. The base case on the 2015 feasibility study said Kobada would generate excellent returns at $900 an ounce, and it will into production with gold trading at $1,500 per ounce and rising. And right now with gold just under $1,700, it's sitting on literally a gold mine. Now this project is going to be an absolute home run and is still trading for pennies. Crazy, I think investors here stand to make huge gains. That's why I'm long. At $1,500 per ounce, Kobada will generate tens of millions in cash flow. The 2015 feasibility didn't even have $1,500 gold in any of its charts. Nobody thought gold would go this high then. This team has made big money before in West Africa. They bought the Tabakoto mine, which was having real problems for $20 million, that turned it into a 150,000 ounce per year producer and sold it to Endeavour Mining in 2012 for nearly $400 million, almost 20 times their money in 2 years. Oh, wow. That's big money in a short period of time. Yeah, 400 million in 2 years. I call that big money. And that's what I see happening here at Kobada. There's 2 million ounces so far, but only a small portion of the property has been explored. That's huge upside for millions of more ounces. So essentially what they're saying here is there's some huge upside for this company. Huge, huge, huge upside. So it goes on to say that this is the single best time to be buying gold junior miners in years. In 24 months, this low-cost project will be producing gobs of high-margin gold. By then, the stock price is going to reflect that fact, which I expect to be multiples of the current 50 to 60 cents a share. Looks like he believes it could go even higher than that. So here's the catalyst. Catalyst number one will be the gold ETF fund flows. For years, cash has been consistently sucked out of the sector. With gold bursting through long-term resistance, these ETFs will suddenly become massive buyers of gold junior miners. And as African Gold Group nears production, they will be big buyers. I want to get in front of that trade. Now is the time to do that. Catalyst number two will be African Gold Group's drilling results, which we just had some in the press release. So that could be, let's see. Oh, we're already up, guys. Look at this. We're already up. Surprise, surprise, guys. Look at that. It didn't take long, eh, guys? Isn't that funny? We're already up. We are already up 10%, guys. I told you guys. We're already up 10%. We are already up 10%, guys. So African Gold Group already up 10% on the news. The company reported the final drill results from its extensive diamond drilling program at its Kobada Gold Project. So they are moving on this news and 10% right off the bat there. So not a bad start for the day. Remember, they had a nice move yesterday as well. So they made a huge move here. I'm showing you guys a month ago, they were at 10 cents. Now at 26.5 cents, up 10% in Canada. We don't see anything yet on the American side, but as soon as we do, I will let you guys know as well. And is there anything else trading this morning that's doing well? What the heck? Okay, I don't know what's going on here, but UCO is up 1,500%. So I don't know what's going on with that, but UCO is absolutely screaming. The ProShares Ultra Bloomberg Crude Oil. Not sure why, but they're up 1,500%. So I don't know what's up with that, but something's going on. Something's going on. Wow, TDOC. Huge move for TDOC. I brought you guys this pick at $100. They're now at $187. Wow. Moderna mRNA is still going strong. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I have no idea what's going on with UCO. UCO is making some people very rich today. I don't know how this works, but something crazy is going on here with UCO. Up 1,500%. Data Matrix is up to 16 cents, up a little bit here, pre-market. And AGG, as you can see, up 10% on this news. Let's see if we can learn a little bit more.
Currently, the requirements for the Malian government are not to that standard. In my opinion, if you're going to deliver a bankable, you deliver an ESIA to World Bank guidelines as well. So that is all part and parcel of a phase 2 deliverable by April 2020. What I think is really important here, though, is that over the next few months, you're going to start to see a lot of news coming out of this company. We're obviously into the drilling campaign now. We're starting to get results back from some of the holes. Everything that we've seen so far is verifying the model that we already have in the feasibility study. And certainly by January, the updated resource model will be complete. So we believe that we'll be in a position to make some very good decisions on the construction process by late January, early February, well before the bankable feasibility study is delivered. As I mentioned, we're right smack bang in the middle of the Birimian Greenstone Belt. On your top left there, Kobada is about 4 kilometers from the Niger River on the banks, on the border of Guinea. Our neighbor across the border is Siguri Mine. Obviously, long-term, huge operating gold mine. And around us, which are not on this map, we have some small producers such as, or reasonable sized producers like Hummingbird Resources, which is about 40 kilometers away. So we're in a very, very prospective part of the Birimian Greenstone Belt. We have a very large exploitation and exploration zones. Farada that you see in the top part of that and Kobada East at the bottom are 2 exploration licenses that we really haven't had a lot of chance to get involved in yet. The middle section is your exploitation license, and the small red blob, if you can see it in the middle there, is the 4 kilometer zone that we have extensively drilled historically and currently. So if you can see, the red blob is around 4 kilometers. You can see that the other 26 kilometers are yet to be touched, but we're seeing very similar mineralization across all of these shear zones that have been identified through regional techniques such as geophysics, trenching, soil sampling, and mapping of artisanal workings. Again, the drilling that we've done so far is around about 150,000 meters, most of it RC and air core. I believe that we needed some more structural drilling in there, which is why we're focusing on a 15,000 meter diamond drilling campaign. And by the time we finish, we will certainly be in a position to have a very, very good structural resource model. Just a high level look at the timeline. As I said, the definitive feasibility study in the ESIA will be delivered by April 2020. There's a little bit of flexibility between the detailed engineering and the construction side. It all really goes around the good old West African rainy season, which sort of limits you on earthworks and things like that. But overall, it doesn't matter which way we start it. We're on for about an 18-month build, and definitely first gold out by 2021. So as I said, near-term construction and near-term production. I have worked all my life in African projects. I have a lot of experience in dealing with the local communities. I'm a firm believer in corporate social responsibility and engagement with the local communities. In my time in Africa, I've experienced the two different ways that it can be done. The one way is to put a big barbed wire fence around your concession with military and lots of big guns and scare everybody away, which generally never works. The other option is to sit down with the local chiefs and the communities and explain what we're doing in their areas and what they're doing in their areas, work together and develop corporate social projects together, but also look at local employment, look at local procurement of goods and services. And every single time that I've engaged in this approach, we've always been very, very successful.
Now, looking at here, the Africa's third largest gold producer has a long history of gold production. Mali is located in the prolific Birimian Greenstone Belt, known to have a long history of gold mining. This is a company, guys, that we're going to be in production here by 2021. And considering we get in early, I mean, the upside could be substantial for this play. Absolutely substantial for this play. Right now, as you can see, the volume is growing. You could see a big candlestick coming up. A lot of buying pressure coming in today. Wouldn't be surprised to see this price even go higher this morning. And still waiting for the American market to show some volume. Still showing yesterday's results. So once the US side starts showing something, which should be here in the next couple of minutes, we'll keep you updated on the results. But as you can see right now, there's a lot of red today in this market. Let's pull it up. Kind of a lot of red. Oh, oil's actually positive. Holy smokes, oil is positive? Is that even possible? Gold is red, Global Dow is red, NASDAQ's red, S&P 500 is red, Dow Jones red. And let's just take a look at oil real quick. Oh, it's actually in the positive. It's not minus. Yesterday finished at minus $37. We're actually worth $2 right now. That's a step in the right direction. Let's take a look at gold. So gold definitely taking a shot to the chin today. Down 1.8%. So some people might be thinking that this pullback's a buying opportunity. African gold's got news, as you can see, and the stock is up 10% on the news. Gold mining was a major source of wealth and trade as far back as the Ghana Empire. Large and skilled workforce, currently around 61 assets are in construction or ramp up, with over 367 assets in an exploration stage. High developed, active mining culture with major international companies operating in the country. I Am Gold, Anglo Gold, Ashanti, etc. Supportive government. The mining industry is one of the largest contributors to the GDP. And you can see the area that it's surrounded. In Africa. Security. The Kobada Gold Deposit is located in Sikasso Administrative Region near the border of Guinea. Southern Mali is considered to be a stable environment with security risk rated at low to medium. 19 million population, 17.2 billion GDP in 2018, and 366 million FDI in 2018. Wow, look at that. So the aim of the drilling program, geological model confirmation and resource upgrade. So phase one, test the updated structural and mineralization trend model, increase the confidence in the geological model, obtain additional geological information to substantiate the geological model, test lateral and depth extensions of high grade, low grade, potential resource upgrade, assist in confirmation, the laterite, oxidation, transition, and fresh horizons. Phase two, 5,200 meters completed, 100% complete. Expand the resource towards north along the prolific Kobada shear zone. Test for grade and tonnage. Test potential and northward extensions of the open pit or a satellite open pit. This is the aim of the drilling program, geological model, confirmation, and resource upgrade. So you guys can see that they are finding gold. This breaks down the phase one drilling campaign, drilling program. As you can see, they break it all down. You can see the phase one section, line 7, central section of the main shear zone. And once again, more photos of the region. These are pictures of mineralized intersections. So there's no doubt that there's gold on the property and that these guys are going to be a producer in 2021. And it's just a matter, it's not even a matter of if, it's a matter of when these guys will explode. And that's why I'm bringing them to you now. And obviously, they've already started to explode. I mean, they were at 10.5 cents. Now they're at 26.5 cents, up 10% right now. And let's take a look at the American side. Bam, there we go. AGGFF up 4.85% in America. So it's already up in America. It's up in Canada. And like usual, I brought it to you guys first and wanted to make sure that you guys knew that these guys were going to make a move. And of course, once again, we are correct. And they've made a move as predicted. In advance of the mark opening up, we've done it again and found you another winner. And the best part is I think that this winner goes way higher. I think this winner goes way higher. I think this is just the start for this company. Data Matrix making a big move so far today, guys. Take a look. Up 9% at 17 cents. Traded 5.24 million shares at 17 cents. If there's anything that's moving this morning, guys, please let me know. We'll pull it up. Wow, mRNA. Holy smokes, mRNA doesn't stop. Moderna. Wow, Moderna just keeps going. Guys, I brought you guys this pick when it was at 20 bucks. Now at $55. Moderna has been an absolute dream for investors. From 20 bucks to 55 is approaching 200% gains in the last couple months for this company, which I brought to you guys first. And in saying that, I'm trying to find you guys another company that I can say to you, I brought you first. And pretty sure I'm the first one ever to bring you this company, which is now up 8% in America. AGGFF, African Gold Group, and 8% in Canada at 26 cents. African Gold Group, AGG in Canada, AGGFF in America. And as you can see, it is in the green. And I think this is just the beginning. It's interesting to see Kinross Gold is actually in the green now. So is gold starting to make a move here? SBCB. Carrie Horan says just bought 30,000 shares at 17 cents on Frankfurt. Fingers crossed. Hey, hope you win big, Carrie. Oh, the price of oil just went back down to $1.32. Holy smokes. So yeah, crazy day in the market so far. Weird things going on. This price of oil is just depressing. And we'll see how the rest of the market reacts. So far, not so good. As you can see. Wow, here we go. AGG, guys, now up 12%. Don't you love it when I bring you guys picks and they start to make a move while we're live? I don't know. I love it. Real quick, let's take a look at some of your picks, MC. SPCB. Thank you guys for sharing the picks. If there's any picks that we need to take a look at while we're live, please let me know. I will be live later on with a few CEO interviews. I will be interviewing Kieran Sidhu and a few other companies later today. SPCB, thank you for the pick. ENSV. And Servco. Okay, at 13 cents. Won't let me add it. I don't know why. AIKI. Alkido Pharma. 87 cents. We'll add that. WPG. WPG Washington Prime. Okay, I added those. You're buying those right now? I wish you the best of luck. As you can see, the picks that I've been talking to you guys about today, both making a big move. I've been talking to you about African Gold Group since pre-market, and they are now up 12% on the news, as you can see here, that they are intersecting gold. Okay? They are intersecting gold, and they are up 12.5% on this news, and 8% so far in America. AGGFF, because I'm pretty sure nobody knows who they are. So you could see here some of their exploration potential. These are the different areas that they are mining. Community development of Kobada. So this is the Madugu project. Excellent development potential, exceptional drill intercepts from over 20,000 meters of drilling completed to date. Permian Greenstone Belt, located in the prolific Permian Greenstone Belt in northwestern Burkina Faso. Consolidation potential in West Africa, located 30 kilometers from Endeavor's Karma mine. High-grade intercepts include 10 meters of 42 grams per ton from 37 meters and 10 meters at 15 grams a ton from 24 meters. Mineral resource potential for a cluster-type gold deposit similar to the Karma deposit. Several targets already defined through successful preliminary drilling. High-grade exploration project showing mineralization at high grades distributed over a wide surface area. This is the project. This is what it looks like. Located 30 kilometers from Endeavor's Karma mine, which you can see right here. So very good likelihood you're going to find something there. This is the main targets and key drill intercepts, as you can see. So I'd love to know what you guys think. What do you guys think about this pick? Do you guys think that this is going to be a giant? As you can see, they're already doing well. They've been doing well for over a month now. You can see the stock has been running from 10 cents to 27 cents now, up over 150% in the last month alone. And the question is, do they go higher from here? Now, careful, the RSI is approaching overbought, so there could be a trend reversal, but there's a lot of buying pressure coming in, so this may continue. So keep your eye on African Gold Group. I think this is a company that's underappreciated, underexposed, undervalued, junior miner that will be producing gold in Q4 of 2021. So we're 7 quarters away from a gold production company that's currently at 27 cents. Now, I'm not telling you to go rush and buy it this second. Remember, Rich TV Live is strictly for education and entertainment purposes. I'm not a licensed advisor. Always do your due diligence. Always do your research before you invest in anything that we talk about here on Rich TV Live. Put it on your watch list. Put it on your radar. If you're a big fan of gold, this could be something that makes you some serious money. This is something that I believe in. It's obviously done really well. It's up already 12.5% since I brought it to you this morning. The question is, where does it go from here? Let's see if we can learn some more.
I'm pleased to say that at Kobada we have a great relationship with the local chief, probably one of the best initial engagements that I've ever had in Africa with the local chief. And already we're seeing a huge amount of dividends being paid between our relationship, between the chief focusing on removing the artisanal miners from our concession. As you know, Africa's got a lot of artisanal mining activity. We currently have no artisanal miners on our concession, thanks to the local chief. And in return, we've already employed around 20 of the local villagers to assist in the drilling program, the movement of the core shed, and things like that. So already at a very early stage, we are setting off on the right foot. And obviously, in the next time we meet, we'll be talking about social projects. I'm very keen on water infrastructure, health, and education. And thankfully, so is the chief. And I think that's something that as we go into the construction mode, will be part and parcel of the capital to make sure that we continue these relationships. We have a very strong management team. My background is all operations and building mines. There's a difference between building and operating. I've done both, so I'm quite comfortable in this stage of the development. I'm quite comfortable in operating the mine afterwards. I also have a very strong team from my previous life in constructing large projects, and they will come on board as and when we start construction. At the same time, we have what I would consider to be a very dynamic board of directors. They're not dinosaurs. They've all been involved in a significant amount of gold projects through their life. You might recognise Sam Jonah, who was ex-CEO of Anglo Gold Ashanti, very, very experienced in West Africa, very, very involved in this board. Board meetings are very interesting. It's definitely a two-way conversation, not me just giving an update. Bruce, Humphrey and John have both been involved in Avion Gold and taken a project similar to this right through to sale to Endeavour Mining. And Stan Barty is well known in the Toronto side for taking distressed assets, turning them around, putting good operating teams in and making successes of them. So overall, we have a very strong board. I put this picture in, doesn't look very exciting. It's certainly not how we're going to mine it when we start mining it, but this just gives you an indication of the type of artisanal mining activity that you do see in parts of West Africa. I see it as a great regional exploration technique. If you run a satellite over parts of West Africa and you find workings like this, you know that there's gold in the ground because artisanal miners do not stay around there if there's no gold. We've moved from having 20,000 artisanal miners on this property in 2015 when the project was suspended through, as I said, now to having none. All of it to do with good communication and relationships with the local community. Again, if no one's seen it, the artisanal miners are pretty good miners. They follow veins. The good news is they only normally get down around 20 metres. We've got oxides down to 150 metres. So even though we'll see some depletion in the gold in the top layers, we're certainly not going to see any problems as we get a little bit deeper into the oxides. I don't think I'm going to talk about this, just to say that we do have another project in Burkina Faso. Anyone that follows the news, it's not a great place to be right now. I certainly, as the COO of this company, will not put anybody on the ground there right now. Fortunately, we have had very good relationship with government there. They've allowed us through a force majeure clause to suspend our exploration there without any penalisation or penalties in terms of the licences. And as soon as we can get back in there, we will certainly get back in there. And that's about it. Great project. Thank you.
Okay, so we have a few minutes for questions. Do we have any questions from the audience? Yes.
How much more money will you need until production? And
So we currently have this $10 million phase that we're doing now until we get into construction. We're currently looking at a private placement of a further 5 million Canadian. That's in progress. That will take us through to April 2020. We currently have around about 2 million cash available. The project itself, we haven't got a final number on the capex, but it's likely to be in the region of 50 to 70 million, depending on the final process route. And that would be, we'd be looking to start raising that from around January next year, with a view that we would hopefully start construction in about May.
Any other questions? Well, one quick question from me. With everything, like you said, going on in Burkina Faso, how do you convince the investment community that Mali is a different story?
Yeah, and again, I think that's a great question, because I think Mali gets a bad rap. Mali is a very large country, as you've probably seen on the map of Africa, and it's very much a country of two halves. So anything north and northeast of the capital Bamako is effectively a little bit of a no-go area. The whole south and southwestern portion of the country, where most of the mines are situated, is completely different. So when I first came in here, what I did was I got a security consultancy to come in and do a province by province analysis of the security situation in Mali. And the Sikasso province, where we're situated, is classified as low to medium risk. There has been no incidences or extremist incidences there ever. The other thing I would say is that it's a very mining friendly jurisdiction. The government know that almost all of its GDP come from this southern and southwestern part of the country, and they'll do whatever they can to protect that. They're also competing with 6 or 7 other West African countries that are classified as probably a little bit safer. So they're very aware of the fact that this could jeopardize future investments. But, I look at it with AngloGold Ashanti, Barrick, Endeavour, and a few of the other big players in the market still investing and still exploring. I think there's still a lot of positivity about this part of Mali.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Very interesting.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, guys. So that's what I got for you this morning. New gold play, AGG, African Gold Group. Happens to be up 8% right now. So congratulations on anyone who's gotten in early. And AGGFF also up a little bit. Now, these guys have made a huge move up. So I'm not surprised that they haven't exploded today on the news, because they've already made a huge move up. So, guys, put them on your watches, put them on your radar, keep them on watch, because when these guys get into production, which is still 7 quarters away, we could see them in the $1, $2, or even higher range. We could even see them get bought out or acquired by a major. So another gold miner to add to your watch list, African Gold Group. Stay tuned. If I see any other news, anything else that's happening with this company, I'll bring it to you first. Once again, if you're not winning, you're not watching, we bring you the winners and we bring them to you first. And we did it again. African Gold Group, another pick that we brought you pre-market. And once again, look at that. Up 10% in America, now at 19.5 cents. And in Canada, up 8% right now. So 8% in Canada, 10% in America. People are just finding out about it right now. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, Rich TV Live is strictly for education and entertainment purposes. Always do your own due diligence. Always do your own research before you invest in anything we talk about here on Rich TV Live. Always invest in the best, because the best is blessed and you deserve it. Thank you guys for watching. Told you guys, if you're not winning, you're not watching. We bring in the winners and we bring them to you first. Thank you guys. Have a great day. This is your boy from Rich TV Live, and I'm out. African Gold Group, another big winner, and you heard it here first. Remember, not second, not third, not fifth, not 55th, but you heard it here first. Peace.